Hey, what's going on? How's it hanging? Don't mind the dust on there. It's me, SB. Well, I've kind of been busy for the last couple months. That's not me, by the way. Because for one reason or another, I kind of went down this rabbit hole of buying a whole bunch of PCMCIA cards. But for a very good reason, though. For a very good reason. So I've got a couple old computers that have the slots, but they don't have serial ports. And so I thought, what better way to make use of them but to buy an extra port for it? And some of them don't even have USB ports, like the Libretto. So, you see how big this is right here? This is like this camera at normal zoom. I do have a zoom out button here, but that kind of distorts things a little bit. But I'm like, wouldn't it be nice if I could get the libretto here? That'll be in frame like every time, right? Just about. Real easy. I can move it around and stuff. And what's funny about this is I really like it because it's like the similar size as the as the device itself. So PDA is about as big as the screen almost. I like it. Too bad the screen is bad, but I think I found the replacement panel for that online. So I definitely am going to be repairing that. But the libretto doesn't have much ports. I do have serial port for it because I have the big docking port for it. What if I want to run it all by itself? Then I was like, well, I get one of these, right? This will work just fine, right? No, it won't work just right. I tried to get it to work on Millennium, and it won't work on Millennium because I do have a Sony Vaio, and it didn't work with that. But as I was looking for that card, for this one, I came across a whole bunch of other ones that I decided was really cool. Like, I already had this one. I had this one already I got from a thrift shop, actually, funny enough. I got this one kind of for fun, but because I heard that it'll work in just about anything ever made that this can fit in. Type 2 PCMCIA. And just about anything will work with that. What's sorry, I got a whole bunch now. It's a disease. It is 100% a disease I was afflicted with. And I am still not recovered. Now, these two are ones that I already had. We already had these because we used them. That's why this one's kind of bent, because it sticks out. So if you can't keep it plugged in all the time, it gets caught on something. I know we probably should have taken it out, but it still works though. It still works just fine. Then of course, yeah, it's just your normal Ethernet. It's only 10100, not gigabits, of course. There was this one that I got with other stuff, but I thought it's cool because it has this, and they make Ethernet versions of this, where you poke that out and it sits flush in the machine. Whoops, sits flush in the machine. So when you need the port, you just flip it out. Really nice, really cool. So I was like, well, what if I want to use it on old ones? Because it turns out not all cards are made the same. There it is. So if you want to know if something will work in an old computer or not with this slot, you see how it's got these like brass things here with the bumps? This means that it is a card bus, and that's the newer version of it. It's kind of based on PCI. But if it doesn't have anything on it, like it's like this or like this, and it's smooth, nothing there. The connector on the side is different too, but it's hard to show. But anyways, this is PC card, but originally it was called PCMCIA, which I don't remember what it stood for, and nobody knows. Yeah, so that wouldn't have worked in the libretto anyways. But anyways, when it's smooth like that, it's, I think it's ISA based. Back then it's 16-bit too. And so those are the ones that'll work on the super old ones. Like those will work on a libretto, and so will these. Oh, so will these. These ones are the same ones. This is a wireless card, this is the Ethernet card. But since they're smooth like that, they're 16-bit, and they will work in the libretto, which I do want to try. Oh, we can save that one for later. You got some normal stuff over here too. Card reader. I actually am using this card reader. Whoop. Well, there that goes. I got a card reader right there for these ones specifically because, you know, reading compact flashcards, it's kind of a pain in a lot of ways, but it just slides in here so nice and easy, and nothing ever gets messed up, so I use that for that. Yeah, so I might as well do it for the other ones when I need to do it. This one's a cool one because it's a Wi-Fi card, but it's got an extending antenna. So when it's plugged in there, it's flush. And it's the only one like that because all the other ones need this to stick out for the antenna. Can you see why I got carried away a little bit? That SD card though. See, for my palms, I use a lot of tiny SD cards. Want to focus on that, please? Yeah, it's for my Zyre 31. Just slides right in there. It's real nice. There's a couple strange ones that I have. Oh, here's one last couple normal ones. This is a wireless modem, but it's an express card with a PCMCIA. I guess I'll say just PC card. Oh, actually, it just says it right there. With it inside of its adapter. So I could put other express cards in here, I think, but it's not really ideal for it. And also, this doesn't work either. It's 3G, and that's gone. That's dead. This was really cool. This is a hard drive. Full-on hard drive. 340 megabytes. And it's loud, too. Those bearings have not been used much. Look at that, 1998. What's funny is this one is also 1998. Right there. So, you know, it's I imagine this one was way cheaper though. Gotta be real careful with that. They actually made hard drives that fit in the same form factor as Type 2. This is Type 3 because it's giant. Here's another one that a lot of people would probably get. Maybe not the Duo Connect, if it wants to focus on that. Duo Connect means that it has USB and FireWire. The big FireWire and the little one. And normal USB. Very useful, very useful. I'm getting the obscure ones now, including one of my new favorites. Sometimes manufacturers just like the form factor. Like here, they're like, well, let's put a remote control for our media PC, but it just plugs into the PCMCIA slot, and that's where it lives. It doesn't interface with the computer in any way. And this one is kind of similar in that same vein. Look at that. It's a Bluetooth phone. Bluetooth phone. I think you can actually see it there if it, I gotta manually focus that. Now this one does actually charge with it. So to charge with it, but all the rest of it's the same wireless. This one is this is really old too. This one is a frame grabber. It's not even, I thought it was a capture card because it says that on here. But from what I read, it doesn't really capture video as much as frames. I think it can do like 30, no, not 30, like 15 frames a second. This is actually a Type 1 card. That's how old it is. You see how it doesn't have any bumps here? It's completely flat. Well, these ones have the bump. Almost all the other ones have the bump. That's Type 2. This is Type 1. I think it's like one of the only Type 1s I have. That's what it came in. Another interesting oddity here, but used to be way more common back in the day. It's a TV tuner. So you can watch TV on your computer. You can also record TV shows on there just like a VCR. I do actually have all the... Whoops. I do actually have all the cords that came with this. I bought it brand new, old stock. Very cool. Very large, though. Very large. That's a lot to be sticking out at the end of the computer. And you see how it's piling up? Well, that's just how it is. Now, this is one of the most interesting ones I found. I don't know if this is actually a mouse pad or not. I've got to check that out. I need the batteries. I think it's CR2025. Just takes one in there. And it also has a laser. So it's a Bluetooth presenter, but it also has a laser right there. Laser diode right in there. How interesting is that? I bet almost nobody has seen this before. But speaking of a mouse, yeah, Blue Take. We got this. It's another new old stock. This is an actual mouse, a Bluetooth mouse. And just like the Bluetooth phone, it charges through the slot. Very bouncy today. It charges through the slot. But then the rest of it is just wireless Bluetooth. This part just flips up. And, you know, I can't really see what it's supposed to work just like that. Now, this has been in the package for, I don't know, maybe 15, almost 20 years. So I don't want to plug it in because I think the battery is so old it might start expanding. And this feels like metal. I don't want to mess it up. Then we have this. I only wanted this. This is another modem, as you can tell. And the only reason I wanted it is because it says gold card on it. I just wanted it because it's, hey, look, I have a gold card. There's another one called a trump card, and they're all named after playing cards. I'll have to put a couple pictures in here. But they all look like playing cards, but with computer symbology on them too. And I kind of want one of those just because of that, but they're expensive. They're quite expensive. And last, no, this is not last. This is second to last. This is one of the most interesting ones I was able to find. A barcode, no, a fingerprint reader. Yeah, it's got the same thing. You put that out. That's the actual fingerprint reader right there. Pops out. Bought this brand new in box, so I have all the software. I'm going to try it out. Now that is interesting because most old, this works on 98, Windows 98. And a lot of the old fingerprint readers were ones where it was like a slit. And you had to like rub your finger across it. That's how a lot of old fingerprint readers work. But this one, you just tap your finger there, kind of like a modern phone. Very interesting. And as you can tell, it's 16-bit. It'll work in the super old computers too. Very interesting that. But this is the most interesting to me. So, of course, you know I love my PDAs. What the channel's mostly about. It's gonna be. Also, note, I gotta fix that button. I have replacement buttons for those. I'm gonna have to fix that. But I'm mostly all about Palm. Sometimes, on occasion, I will show a Pocket PC. And this is really nice. X50V VGA display. Very nice. You know, I've got obscure ones too. I even have one of these. This one's Palm. A Samsung SPHI 300. Yeah. Hard to find. But that doesn't mean I'm only about the normal PDAs. Of course, I'd be showing it in a different light when I actually do something with it. But isn't this just interesting? That's the most interesting thing. And what's cool is it runs on 2 CR2025s. And oh yeah, this was originally the case for this. That's why it says that. Actually, let's take it back out of the case again. I want to be very careful with it. This is the second one made because it's Pro. It's a Rex Pro. I got this one brand new in box as well. This one is the same where it interfaces with the computer. Oh man, I gotta do this every single time. You sync it through the actual interface there. So once you have the sync software in there, and you plug it in the computer, and all the sync software is just on the computer, and yeah, it just works. Very interesting. This is also kind of why I wanted it to work with the libretto, because then this would actually be quite a bit smaller than the libretto, whereas this is, I mean, just look at the size difference here. This one fits like in the screen. Look at that. It's kind of hard to see, but I mean, and this can do quite a bit. You can actually enter data on this. Not that you really want to, but you can actually enter data in this. And they made a later version of this. They kept making these. You'd think this would be a one-off thing, that they'd make just 1 or 2 and then that's it. There's like 3 or 4 versions of this. It's like the Rex Pro, the Rex 5000, and the 6000. And the 6000 actually has a touchscreen. And I haven't found it for sale yet, but I want to. I really want to. So I'm going to explore that more once the libretto is fixed. But anyways, all this to say, I've been busy in the worst ways. In the worst ways. Because in addition to that, I was like, don't forget, I'm the Palm channel. Disregard the box here. But like this is a compact flash Ethernet port. Ethernet adapter. This works in the hand era. And so does this. Wi-Fi on the hand era. And the TRG Pro for that matter. Aw, dang. It really doesn't want to focus on that. Multi-card reader. It works in the hand era. And then all the rest of this is modules for my hand springs. A couple old SDIO cards too. I want the Bible version of this. It's very expensive, but I want the Bible version of this. I should have bought it back when it was cheap. But I got all the cool ones. This is the visor phone. Hard to find, very rare, because they had a trade-in program, because they were changing over the cellular network, so you could trade it in and get a trio, I think it was. This one's also very rare. I bought this brand new off Amazon like 10 years ago. So suffice to say, I've been busy. It's not like I've been doing nothing. So now that you know that, for all 10 people who might see this video, just know that I'm not forgetting about the channel or anything. But I am feeling lazy. I am feeling very lazy. Actually, maybe I shouldn't even use my hands. Maybe I should just use one of these. Bought one of these on Amazon, a whole bunch of them. Sorry, I'm a weirdo. Have you ever seen a Drago video? I kind of feel like making videos like that. Because, so here's a little bit of story time here. Dig through these to find it. Yes. Oh! So I went on quite a journey to try and get this to work, all for it to not work whatsoever. I wanted this so I could hot sync my Palm Pilots to some computers without serial ports, and when the Palm is too old to have USB. And so, what better way, right? So first of all, you buy this on Amazon, and it says, oh, no drivers needed. Yeah, that's a lie. 100% lie. It didn't come with drivers. It didn't tell you what it was. You plugged it in the computer, and then Windows was like, we don't know what this is. It doesn't even give you a vendor ID or anything. And so I'm thinking, well, what the hell am I supposed to do then? Oh, sorry about that language. But I was really not happy that day that I was trying all that. So I try all this work. I finally track down the driver for it. Windows 7 and up. I finally tracked down the Windows XP driver for this one, this computer in particular. Installed it, it sees it, yay, it's COM3 for some reason. Install it on there, try and hot sync, it doesn't work. It didn't work with hot sync whatsoever. So I'm like, okay, well maybe I had Windows 7 drivers, let's try it on my other computer, my Dell Precision. Didn't work. And I'm thinking, what is going on here? You'd figure as old as this thing is, like it had to have worked. I suspect the driver is just, you know, compromised. Maybe I'm pretty sure it's the driver that's the problem. I mean, what else could it really be? But it just wouldn't work whatsoever with hot syncing anything. I mean, I haven't tried with like a serial mouse or anything, but I don't have one. So I don't have anything else that uses serial besides Palm Pilots. So I was like, what am I going to do? Well, you saw this last video, the picture of it. And honestly, it's only because I wanted this translucent blue one, because there's black ones that were cheaper and would come faster, but nah, this was cool enough when I looked on Google Images USB to serial adapter, so I wanted the blue one. Well, it turns out I could get it in a couple days off Amazon Prime for like $20 back then, or I could buy it for like $1.50 direct from China, and it would take 2 months to get here. So obviously you knew what I picked. I'm like, I'll take it for cheap if I only have to wait 2 months for it. So it came in a month and a half. It actually came quicker than usual, quicker than I would have thought. So then I plugged this in there. Well, actually, I was testing some of these out too, obviously. So I plugged this in there. Guess what? Windows recognizes it immediately, installs all the drivers, so Windows XP knows it's USB and FireWire, both of them. It just works. Wow, wouldn't you know? So then I plugged this in there. Of course, it didn't work right away, but I figured that. Like, you know, how many times you do serial to USB adapters back in 2001 when this was made? Or when Windows XP was released as well. Okay, so I tracked down the driver for it. It's kind of a journey to find out what driver it takes, because you plug this into Windows 10 and Windows finds the driver for it. And obviously I can't do that on XP. So I have to look through the device manager on Windows 10 because that's my main PC. We don't do Windows 11 in this household, okay? We don't. So I finally found out, oh, it's FTDI, except it's not, because you can actually see through that. You can actually see, oops, sorry about that. You can actually see the chip in there if you shine the light just right. So I looked up the chip, and that's how I found out what drivers it's supposed to be. It's a knockoff of FTDI, which is the one you're supposed to get when you get USB to serial adapters, which I didn't know about. You go to PalmDB, and it tells you all about that, if I remember correctly. And so I go there, go to FTDI, go to the official site. Like, this is a knockoff, but I go to the real site, get a driver there, and it just works on Windows XP. And Windows thinks it's FTDI, so when it has access to the internet and Windows Update, then it just works too. Because before, I also tried it on this, my Windows Tableau here, Dell Venue 8 Pro, also running Windows 10, and it wouldn't work until I connected it to the internet. So I was like, it's got to find some driver somewhere. It's not built into Windows. It had to find it. But then that finally worked. After all that time and effort, it finally worked. All that just to say, I wanted to try and put some software on the original Palm Pilot Professional and maybe the 5000 or 1000 if I buy one. I want to see what works on the old Palm OSs. I'm just curious, okay? And I need to buy a cable for it because well, I don't want to go all infomercial on you, but this is made for the Palm 3. I think it'll even work with, yeah, it'll work with this one just fine. Palm 3 device, 3C, works in there like a charm, as you would expect, as you would hope. It's a lot more squared off. It doesn't really want to fit in there the same way. You don't want to force it either. There's a lot of plastic. It's not like, you know, reaching in there. I can kind of make it work if I do this, but I don't want to put strain on that if I don't have to, right? So I'm going to buy a cable for it, and I'm going to see. I'm going to see myself. And then I can try some really old software, see what actually works with Palm OS 1 and 2. Because that's what I'm most curious about. I'm most curious about what works with the super old Palms. I don't have batteries in it. But like I wanted to try some stuff on here, but I didn't have the cable, so I couldn't really do anything about it. Because even though I have this one with the infrared, it's Palm OS 3. It's basically the same as this, as far as this 3.5. But it's still 3. It's still too new. So I was like, well, that's just it. Nothing I can do about it. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Got more express cards too. Only 2 and more. Express card for cards, express card for Wi-Fi. Thought I might just throw that in. I don't know where else I'd throw that in at. All that to say, I haven't been lazy, but I plan to be lazy. But don't worry, I want to try a couple things out with some of these old things. Especially once a cable arrives for this, which I bought off eBay. I'm going to do it. I should put Bad Apple on here. I've been trying to experiment with really super duper old movie players for the really old ones. That's why I wanted to try and that's one reason why I wanted to try put stuff on this one, Palm OS 2. Because I didn't know what would work with it and what wouldn't work with it. But I'll probably settle for the 3XE. It's just got a nicer screen. 8 megabytes. I mean, it kind of just does everything I need. But for ease of use. And it works, of course, obviously. Obviously. I guess I could do the Handera. I will do the Handera too. I want to put Bad Apple on that because I'd probably be the first one in the world to do so. Maybe I'll put that as a short. Just part of it. But yeah, that's it. Don't worry, I'm still doing stuff. It's just, I have a hard time video editing, okay? I was doing a lot of stuff on my other channel, which is for video games. For Fiesta Online, I've been doing stuff there, and I actually have to video edit. I mean, I'm kind of making a Draga 1-esque video right now. But I do definitely want to make a whole video all about this because it's that interesting to me. And if I can find the Rex 6000 for a decent price, then I'm definitely going to snap that thing up like no one's business. 100%. So until then, sorry, this has been kind of a vlog. I don't know. I mean, I can pump out more stuff like this if I'm just doing whatever, like V Westlife. I've watched V Westlife for a long time, or like old LGR videos, or BB Bishop's World. You know, just other ones. Draga 1, of course, which I've you can tell I had some inspiration before here. Well, I'm sorry that it's taken so long to even get this kind of a something out of me. Like I said, for the 2 people watching. But it's just, there's just something about it. Like, I've been testing stuff offline. Like, this actually works. It's a wireless card. It goes in here. I can go on the internet with it. I don't know. You're making me look bad. But I can actually go on the internet with this. I even redid my wireless network just to make sure that could happen, because it didn't like phones. It didn't like phone hotspots. Wouldn't you know? But anyways, that's it for the moment. I ain't even making a thumbnail for this, so see you later. Sorry.